Hi, so this is Tuulia of Honesty Europe, and I want to talk a little bit about facts versus imagination, and also what kind of role does our intuition play here? Can we actually sometimes just sense what's going on with the other person, even if they don't say it or even deny it? Or is it indeed just our imagination or story that somehow suits what's going on with us? Like sometimes claiming the other person is angry actually somehow is benefiting us. Well, if you want to know what's true, the best way to find out is to ask. Ask the other person. I see your face, I see some expressions in your face, I hear your tone of voice, I imagine you're angry. Is this true? And then they can say yes or no. The issue here is that sometimes we're not aware that we are angry or sad or depressed or joyful or horny or feeling attracted or something like that, anxious. So operating head level, there's always a possibility that a person thinks they are answering honestly and they're not, that they are not really aware what's going on with them. And that's all right. That's what happens with all of us. So also checking in what happens in the body rather than just checking in with the thoughts gives the best answer. I do think that sometimes we get quite close to sensing or using our intuition what's really going on with another person or getting it absolutely right. And sometimes we don't. So how to separate these, I think that's the tricky one. So I do recommend asking and checking in and owning it as this is what I think is going on. This is what I'm sensing here. Is that true for you? And I do think that more we relax into observing and noticing, we do notice more things about us and about other people. And I do this as it's like the different expressions in the face, the tone of voice, the melody, the tonality, the volume, all kinds of body movements, gestures that also tell us quite a bit. And especially if you know somebody well, you might kind of start to know their body language, read them in a way that you tend to be feeling sad or angry when you have this and that going on in your face or with your tone. And still, it doesn't really serve you or the other one to state these things as facts rather than checking in, hey, I noticed this and this, is this true for you? I imagine this is what's going on. So still having a dialogue, because what does it really do for you to be right if you're still kind of somehow breaking the connection, as it's not an inquiry, a question coming out of curiosity, but rather from a place of I know what's going on with you, which tends to be a turn off for most people. People don't like being told what's going on with them rather than allowing them to have the space to explore themselves and share what's going on. And sometimes people don't want to share. They don't want to share out of fear or guilt or whatever is going on there. And that's not wrong either. Not everybody is in the same place in terms of being open and honest. For some people, it's really scary, even like somehow dramatic or even traumatic if the setting is such that a person doesn't feel good or safe sharing. So yeah, while I do imagine when we get like very comfortable, relaxing in the being in the here and now and noticing ourselves and noticing the other, we can get closer to knowing what's going on with them. And still, how to use that knowledge, that awareness is another matter. Like, it's still sometimes not true, or it's more complex than just one thing, like you're angry. There might be anger, shame, guilt, sadness, anxiety, a lot of different layers. So approaching other people with curiosity and open questions just tends to be the best approach. And then, like your motivation, like what is your motivation of I know what's going on with you versus I want to know what's going on with you, will you share? I imagine so it's so and so, is that true for you? that kind of people who just like, bleh, I'm here to tell the truth, it's not very enticing, it's not very inviting, versus, hey, I'm sharing my motivation, I'm sharing my vulnerability, I'm sharing my thoughts and observations. Are you willing to share what's going on with you? And that's a very different place of relating. So in Radical Honesty, in the end of the day, it's all about connecting, it's all about noticing what's going on with me, in my body, in my surroundings, in my thoughts, and noticing what's going on in your face, in your tone of voice, in your body language. And it's all about establishing connection. It's not about right and wrong. Being right is a lonely place. It's not very interesting, in my opinion. We have been taught too much to be attached to being right, being stuck in being right, and it doesn't do us many good most of the time. So yeah, these are some of the thoughts. Very interesting question. And yeah, I'm Tuulia of Honesty Europe. Happy to answer more questions as well. Ciao!